Okay, just setting some settings. Do. Probably should have done this a little bit beforehand. Microphone's turned on. My character's still speaking. Very good. Though I may need to adjust some settings. Testing 1, 2, 3. Huh, the orc sound playing some sound effects there. But either way, I need to make sure my Twitch stream is up and running. There it goes. And there we go. Out of curiosity, is my mouth speaking? Yep. I need to get that something a little bit calibrated when I have time. Oh yeah. I need to adjust some settings as well. I just realized something. I need to get the chat window set up and my avatar in the right spot as well. Right now it's set to unlisted, so if you ever see this stream, whoever may be watching it, just go ahead and fast forward to, I suppose, when I actually start streaming, whoever that may be. Okay. If you look at this, it's just near where the arm is going up. So right around there. And this should be right around here. No Windows borderless for Dawn of War 2. Could shrink my character, my avatar a bit. Oh, that does need to shrink down a bit. Boop, boop, boop. That should be about good. That could go lower. There we go. I could probably move my avatar a little bit to the left. And that should be good to go. Oh, I need to double check where the chat window may be at. Shrink it down a bit. And move it up a hair. Move it up a hair and shrink it down to right around there. Good enough. And my character tails are good. So, yep. Yep. Time to go live. Go live on Twitch. Edit settings on YouTube. Public. Done. Save. Yep. Twitch is loading on up. Very good. And looks like YouTube is loading up fine as well. It's set to public. Twitch is good. Excellent connection. Bitrate for Twitch appears to be steady, but my character is breathing, so it looks like everything's good to go. Only thing I'm not exactly sure is the audio settings. Guess we'll find out the hard way. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Lord General, we have a rich piano.
There lies the key to victory.
Spawning the opponent as the Apothecary, we have Surge. The generator is online. Going for some Tactical Marines versus Sentinel, pretty standard. This music, I actually don't really hear this music all too often. Oh yeah, music's definitely a little bit too loud. Boop, 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 boop. Master volume, move it down a significant portion. And now if I continue speaking, I think my voice is a good level. Guess I do have to wait for somebody to join in. And that audio sounds a little bit off. Effects secret audio master, maybe a little bit lower. I swear, ever since I got my new set of headsets, the audio just sounds like weird. The Sentinels making their advance now, engaging the scouts. Does not have the stomp upgrade just yet, but he is running around. But the Sentinel is not getting any sort of damage in running around like that.
Support structure complete.
We got the guard squad up high, engaging these scout squads down below. And also seeing some damage there onto the scout squad. Tactical Marines pushing the way forward. We got a second Sentinel for the Lord General. That's a bit unusual to say the least. He's actually going for some frag launchers. Maybe they're trying to stall off with some stormtroopers. It'll be a bit of investment, but currently right now not getting a stomp upgrade on either of them. When he spot the second Sentinel, he may be a bit confused. Granted, against these lighter or fewer model units, the Sentinels don't take a bit of time to drop any models, which means it takes a bit of time to drop any sort of damage. And boy, does that loud. I can see the sounds is way too high. And there we go. I think that should be pretty good. Sentinel has seen quite a bit of fire right there. Stormtroopers are getting some good damage there. Does get the Apothecary to self-heal himself. Very nice. And the Lord General is making some ball control now. The Tactical Marines are receiving quite a bit of fire right there. And the Sentinels are receiving a bit of fire right there now. So we got some Sentinels up here engaging these forces. This Sentinel is falling back, has taken quite a bit of fire there. And the Apothecary is going to upgrade the Storm Bolter. Let's get another self-heal there on the Apothecary. The Apothecary will need to fall back, though Sentinels do a significant amount of damage. Sentinels, Apothecary sells 50 health, 40 some health. This looks just not going to pursue it anytime soon. Lord General is being upgraded with his Stormtrooper bodyguard once again. Or being reinforced, I should say. Does lose another Stormtrooper there. Fresh Stormtrooper has been deployed on out. Not so sure the damage output of the Stormtrooper models versus regular Stormtroopers. Curious if anybody would know that.
Ready to serve.
Scout Squad making an advance, trying to capture that point. And Tactical Marine Squad is sustaining a bit of fire right now. So support structure is complete. He may have deployed out something. Not so sure though. Tactical Marines are making a soft retreat, trying to eye the high ground. These Sentinels providing some very good fire support here. But overall, there's a little bit of field control here by the Apothecary. We got these Sentinels captured this requisition point there. Very nice. Though we do have this requisition point also captured as well, so it's actually even on the field right now. Yeah, that spatial audio is not going all too well for Dawn of War 2. I need to get that changed. Right now, my audio is just really bugging out this game. This game is not designed for the spatial audio. Apothecary is getting some good damage there onto the Guardsmen. The Sentinels have received quite a bit of fire right there. Tactical Marines are making an advance with the Apothecary support. The Apothecary does have a bit of aura effect here. They can increase health regen, so these Tactical Marines are getting a significant amount of health regen. We got some grenade launchers on the Lord General. Does it grant any other ability? Grants the can't affect the station and grants some move ability, increases speed. Not really too significant. We got the Guardsmen trying to eye for some heavy cover there. Tactical Marine trying to tuck the Hero Guardsmen up in melee. The Lord General himself is tied up in melee as well. I'm not sure how effective the Lord General is in melee. I think he himself is reasonably well. Great special attack there by the Lord General. But now we've got some Devastators upgraded with the advanced targeting, which allows them to access the Vengeance rounds, which can annihilate Sentinels. Let's find a nice line of sight blocker there to avoid fire, but the one that Sentinels do in fact go down to the Imperial Guardsmen. The Lord General is still engaging with his grenades. Of course, Stormtroopers do get the benefits of some of the weapon upgrades, such as I'm not sure about, I think there's a Flamer and also a Melta Gun upgrade. The Melta Gun should be pretty handy. Scout squad's engaging the Sentinel at range as the Tactical Marine squad's pushing their way forward as well. We got heavy weapons team deployed and out by the Lord General.
Generator operational.
Devastator's now pushing its way forward. And we got the Sentinel receiving some repairs there by the Imperial Guard. Tactical Marines does get a nice heal there by the Valkyrie on the low ground. Valkyrie, of course, has a Storm Bolt there for extra range damage. He does find the heavy weapon siege from charging forward, try to tie up on the melee. Does receive some suppression there, does not send suppression there on the Devastator Marines. Heavy weapon siege decide to fall back, there's not much he can do right there. Imperial Guards are repairing up the Sentinel while in combat, and the Scout Squad here are decapturing that reposition point. Starting to focus firing down now, and starting to repair up the Sentinel while in combat once again. Does decapture the requisition point, so one of these squads need to go to high ground, start recapturing it up. Scout Squad will escape on out of there. Devastators are eyeing to set on up. Advanced targeting rounds going to be utilized any moment now. There's advanced targeting rounds. And Lord General's engaging with grenade launchers, but he's not. And looks like he managed to eat all those vengeance rounds. More grenades are raining on in against the Tactical Marines.
We are losing the requisition point to the enemy.
Oh, heavy weapons team engaging Tactical Marines, so has a flame upgrade, which is stopping a significant amount of gen bashing there. One more flame reverse and one generator will go down. And no, that one actually rolled a miss on the generator. Tactical Marine Squad is holding back. We've got Devastators on the low ground engaging these forces. We've got these, I think that's what the Sergeant upgrade. I really can't remember the Entourage's models all too well. I do know as well that the mod may have changed some of the models as well. More and more grenades are raining on end, getting some great AoE damage. The problem is, grenade upgrade is not something super great against this Space Marines. They don't have a whole lot of light models, though the range damage is quite nice, just getting constant range effect, so while the Lord General constant just raid and damage is always nice to have, though. Starting to reinforce the Stormtrooper model as the Devastators are receiving a bit of fire. The Valkyrie does not have enough energy for another heal, and grenades not running on in, continuously hitting that Devastator, doing great work. Heavy weapons team does get some great suppression in. It's been a while since I've last seen actual heavy weapons team getting good suppression from both sides. Most time we just see one side deploy out Devastator, the other side deploys out, say, Assault Marines or any other flanking squad. In fact, it's a long time since I've last seen the Imperial Guardsmen not going for casual doubles. We do got the Frag Missile Launcher upgraded on the Sentinel, so even more medium and light artillery fire. Grenade launcher is like a light artillery, so is the Frag Launcher. So getting some good long-range fire in is always nice to see, actually. For one side, at least. And now that Sentinel doesn't need a whole lot of repairs anymore because it's going in the back line. And the Imperial Guards will be front line.
Understood.
I heard it understood. Let's got some Sergeant upgrades on some of these Tactical Marines. Frag missiles raining on in. Devastators now line up some fire there. And the Lord General is down. He's being upgraded to Sergeant now. I also have changed the icon of Sergeant. No longer Sergeant Merrick, I think it was. Lord General himself is severely wounded. Can the Lord General goes down with his Entourage Zero nearby, or no? Dreadnought has been put out with the assault gun, and we got a Chimera in return. We do got some frag missiles raining on these generators. But he also will need to hit the craft missiles on, hit that Dreadnought. He's trying to get the kill down the power node. He probably won't be able to get the kill there. And that will get the kill there on a single generator, but the Sentinel is not heavy armor, so the assault cannon of the Dreadnought's more than plenty to engage at range. We do also have a missile launcher upgrade on the Tactical Marines. Interesting. That the heavy weapons seem to be pointed out by the Lord General. One could be upgraded with the autocannon, or maybe he's eyeing for also a las cannon. Probably a las cannon engaged the Dreadnought, and probably not eyeing a autocannon.
Generator operational.
Last cannon has been put on out. More missiles raining on in. They does spot the missile launcher squad. He's going to be focused down by the las guns. We do not have Commissar upgrades just yet. Commissar upgrades do cost energy, unlike the Sergeant upgrade.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
New weapon loadouts. We got a missile launcher on the other Tactical Marine. That's maybe a little bit overkill, honestly. This Chimera is a threat, but not a massive threat. And that Sentinel has received quite a bit of fire there. It's going to engage at long range with the Crafter missiles.
Requisition point under control.
Rocket launcher is getting some good damage there on the power node. We still got, of course, the assault cannon upgrade, or the storm bolter upgrade there on the apothecary. He also been upgraded the improved medical, which increases his, not his health, but his energy and energy regen. Honestly, if I'm going to make any, I'm going to make multiple suggestions. But if I'm going to make a big, I also said genuine suggestion for the Dawn of War Elite mod team, whoever does the modding, change this icon from the green to the purple because it's energy and energy regen. It does not do anything for medical wise. And Proof Medical Kits, that's definitely a horrible name. We do got a, creeping napalm barrage? No, creeping barrage now raining on in. Getting some great damage there onto that Dreadnought. Missile launcher does get one shot there on the Chimera. The melted guns on the Lord General is falling back. Melted guns are a good upgrade against the Imperial Guard. Sentinel needs, okay, looks he's firing missiles against the apothecary. Should have hit probably these Tactical Marines. Does get a good hit there with his missile launcher there. Chimera doesn't have any pintle mounts loaded up. We got some plasma gun upgrades onto the Imperial Guards. Does get a great stomp right there, but it goes down to the storm portal of the apothecary. Got Commissar upgrades on the way for this Imperial Guardsman. Needs extra reinforcements, extra models, and reduce reinforcement costs. Does hop inside of the Chimera to get on out of there. Yeah, it still seems like my audio is still spiking right there. There we go, that should be good now. Another missile generator does go down. And we've got the Sergeant upgrade inspiring these nearby troops. Or no, the Sergeant no longer up there. That's the Melted Guns Fight Harder ability, which increases the rate of fire of nearby infantry, and it could be great for his own Melted Guns and a Stormtrooper Melted Guns. Or anything with high rate of fire. Great damage there onto the Lord General. Does drop on the Stormtroopers models. But of course, the Stormtrooper models don't have to worry about any additional energy reinforcement costs when it comes to them, even with the Melted Guns equipped. Apothecary is also going to upgrade the Combat Simulator, which grants damage increase for a single allied unit. Great item to go for Stormtroopers. Not Stormtroopers, Terminators. The rocket missile launcher does connect. He does this garrison out, or de-garrison the Imperial Guardsmen. We've got the Commissar upgrade on the Lord General. He's going to have a nice entourage of 5 units. Personally, if I would make any adjustment to the Lord General, I don't like the concept of the fact that you have to manually reinforce some of those models. I would just say It's a larger initial cost, but the reinforcement models attached are permanent. But that's just me. Tactical Marine is receiving some las cannon fire right there.
We shall make it so.
Devastator's set on up, trying to engage these forces. Good damage there onto the Tactical Marines. And one of the Devastator models do in fact go down. Devastator may actually get wiped there, but does not. This Lord Imperial Guardsman is still fully reinforced, constantly getting some more and more reinforcements here. Here comes a Whirlwind Barrage, which should be very effective versus these light units of the Imperial Guard. Lord General's down to very little health and is trying to be upgraded with his entourage once again. Here comes another Whirlwind Barrage. It's a constant rain of missiles. These Imperial Guardsmen will sustain a lot of bleed the longer they stay around. The tickets are favored by the Imperial Guardsmen by a small margin, but these Whirlwinds will do constant long-range damage, great damage all across the line. We've got the Devastator's heavy weapons team set up along the flank. Last cannon may need to reposition. The Imperial Guardsmen do fall back there. Devastator Dreadnought is still very much alive, and great missile barrages onto the heavy weapons team over the flank. Does drop 2 models upon the retreat. Very nice. And down south, we've got the melta guns now engaging these power generators. I swear, I changed the master audio, but it seems like the master audio doesn't change the game audio whatsoever. I may need to manually adjust that, but the Chimera does in fact go down there. Power nodes receiving some fire right there. And the Lord General will not escape on out there. Gets fully wiped out there by the Dreadnought. We got Manticore being deployed now, trying to bring out his own artillery. The problem is Manticore is more effective against light units, not necessarily the heavier infantry units of the Space Marines. Nope, he does cancel the Manticore. Ogryn is probably a bit of a better option. The Whirlwinds still pose a massive threat. Missiles now raining on, getting some great damage there on the Imperial Guardsmen. The Whirlwind's a great counter against the Imperial Guards. He needs to get out some infiltration stormtroopers and engage them with melta guns. That's basically what he needs to do at this point in time. I swear, is reducing the game audio actually working? One generator does go down there. Another generator will be going down. Devastators are still engaging. We got the Ogryn now deployed out in the field. Does Inspire, got the Bonehead Sergeant being deployed on out. Now we've got a Creep Barrage trying to soften up these Devastators before as he advances. And now we've got the Ogryns now charging in, trying to type these guys up in melee. The Ogryns, of course, are anti-vehicle melee. Absolutely whiffs the Assault Barrage there, allowing the Ogryn to get a lot of free melee hits in. You can potentially hit the Whirlwind as well. The Whirlwind only has 400 health, not a whole lot. Even melta guns pose a bit of a threat there. Lord General's making some advance with his melta guns. Or plasma guns, I was saying before. The Lord General's moving forward with some melta guns, getting some great damage there on the Whirlwind. Or Whirlwind, not Whirlwind. And there goes the Whirlwind to the melta guns of the Lord General. Great knockback there with the Scout shotguns on top of the Ogryns. Melta guns which may be trying to advance, but the Ogryns are now charging forward, getting some great damage there onto the Dreadnought. Dreadnought's on 27 health, 2 health, and 0 health. Overall massive losses on the Apothecary's side now. He does have some plasma guns now deployed now by these tactical marines. Does get one Ogryns upon retreat, and I need to turn my Steam off into invisible. Remind me to do that as well. So we do got the Lord General from Quick Advance. Does utilize the ability from the Lord Commissar. Also be upgraded to Vox Operator. Grenade has been thrown there. That's going to do a lot of damage. Good knockback there. The Lord Commissars, or the General's Commissar entourage, is what pretty much saved that force from being annihilated by that grenade. At this point, I would recommend a Plasma Cannon Devastator against the Imperial Guardsmen. I would say that'd be a very good item. The regular Devastator is still upgraded with advanced targeting, while the heavy weapons team is upgraded with a las cannon, which is not going to be very effective versus any regular infantry unit.
Ready for duty.
Scouts are making their way forward.
There lies the key to victory.
And Tactical Marines are making their advance on to capture this VP. The VPs are in favor of the Apothecary by a small margin.
Point secure.
Regular Devastator being deployed now, not a Plasma Cannon Devastator. Scout Squad does send a nice knockback there onto those Ogryn as the Ogryn starts pursuing these forces. And when the Scout models do go down, leaving just 3, does throw out a frag grenade there on the Ogryn. That looks like another creeping barrage. Been utilizing those creeping barrages quite significantly. Ogryn's now charging forward, trying to tie up these Tactical Marines up in melee. Got Devastators now engaging the Ogryns, getting good damage there, as well as special attacks from the Sergeant of the Tactical Marines as well. Gets a nice heal off there with the Apothecary, which is going to be very handy indeed. Plasma guns are now making their advance. They're effective versus the heavy infantry of the Imperial, of the Space Marines. Imperial Guardsmen and the Tactical Marines are engaging each other. Got this Tactical Marine here. Looks like a fresh one from this drop pod. So he did lose one of his Tactical Marines recently. Best probably upgrade this one to the Stormguard Veterans. Great damage coming out on the Plasma Gun Tactical Marines. And good focus firing down onto the Apothecary. The Apothecary does not heal himself in time. Does get the Sergeant upgrade there on the Tactical Marine Squad. Not on the Stormguard Veterans just yet. We got the Devastators trying to suppress these forces, but does utilize the ability from the Lord General. Sam Burn ability, which is the ability from the Caparic base armor. Ogryn's not charging on board, but that Imperial Guard Squad completely goes down. Best keep this one alive in reserve so he has access to some sort of repairs. Fresh Chimera has actually been deployed now. Interesting option. I would not really agree with this item at this point in time. Let's try and deal with these Devastators. Both of them have been upgraded to advanced targeting, so he has access to the basic armor-piercing rounds of the Vengeance rounds. And Stormguard Veterans have been deployed now. They have been loaded with armor-piercing rounds as well. And we got a heavy turret being deployed now. Ooh, I do love to see the heavy turret. Again, direct hit there on the Stormguard Veterans. He needs to get the Imperial Guardsmen out to get that thing repaired. Looks like it's pretty far away to get that repaired. This guy, we got another creeping barrage trying to stall out while his Imperial Guardsmen push forward to get some repairs. And Las Cannon Devastator has no real valid target. Stretch to go around capture points. May need to retreat back it now. And it has been upgraded to Executioner Cannon. So an Executioner turret will be engaging against these forces. They're pretty much resolved with light units. Ogryn charging forward does try to tie up the Devastators up in melee. The stand firm ability, of course, was activated at the time, but he does manage to close the gap in time. Ogryn, however, has sustained quite a bit of fire there and needs to fall back. Chimera severely wounded. Oops. Actually, hit the main menu button. Tier 3 being researched there by the Apothecary. Does have to be very careful about that Devastator or Execution turret. And we've got a second heavy turret deployed on now. He's going for a lot of fortifications. I wonder if the repair bunker can actually repair them up. That's something I don't know just yet, as I kick my microphone. Lascan Devastator are lining up some shots, getting some good damage in. And there goes the Executioner turret. And there goes the Chimera. Oof, the Imperial Guardsman throwing everything. Got another Executioner turret here. Great damage there, and there goes the other Execution turret, knocking him out.
The enemy is destroying a key structure. Additional units have become available, Commander.
Tier 3 has been researched there by the Apothecary. He's utilizing the Sandfirm build to close distance. He doesn't really have a whole lot of combat squads. The Devastator, the heavy weapons team has Lascan, so this is all of his combat force. Pulling out those two heavy turrets, that's a big investment that came out. Utilizing the rest of his red points, including.
They have us targeted.
Here, Apothecary is likely iron for some Terminators. I would assume Terminators would be the best option right now for the Apothecaries. Wood does synergize well with the Apothecary. Health regen and good buffs onto a single target. One of the Devastators, of course, has been upgraded to the last cannon, can't exactly switch back anymore. But it was very useful dealing with those heavy turrets. Stormguard veterans have captured this VP.
Space Marines on the field. Receiving fire. What are your orders?
And Apothecary is getting some great damage out of the Lord General. Apothecary is at level 6, while the Lord General is at level 5. He does take on the Bownet Sergeant. Immediately can re-upgrade the Bownet Sergeant. Because the Lord General will need to fall back, seeing quite a bit of fire there. He will be recaptured at this point here. We've got some Stormtroopers now deployed now. Best keep. He is upgrading the Hotshot Las Cannons, or overcharged Hotshot Las Cannons. I would keep them unupgraded and wait for a Meltagun if you need it. See if he needs a Meltagun. Heavy turret has been deployed there. That is not exactly a great spot. And Devastator rips that heavy turret apart. He's just throwing away these heavy turrets.
Location secure.
Stormguard veterans are receiving quite a bit of fire there, but they have been active using the poison rounds. As Devastator is now starting to fire, gets some good damage in.
Just gained a level.
I'm not sure what's being deployed there. Ah, Terminators. As I mentioned before, Terminators are likely, and there they are. Ogrins are charging forward, that's who's a stand firm ability there. Meltaguns are trying to get some good damage in. Ogrins are quite effective, does get a nice heal there from the Lord General. And the Devastator squad will manage to fall back, but does not get wiped out there. Apothecary receiving quite a bit of fire there, as the last cannons are trying to engage Ogrin, but poorly. Good health, regen there. Health heal there on the Apothecary himself. Goes out Frag Grenade there, does largely dodge it. Stormguard veterans have been left out to dry. They do fully go down there. You could upgrade the other one to Stormguard veterans, but they'll max out veterancy, so maybe not a good idea for that.
Understood.
I can upgrade the sergeant, so maybe is. the Imperial Guards players down the last 9 tickets.
Deploying flamers.
Deploying flamers. So those are the. I'm not sure who's actually been deployed flamers. Oh, heavy flamer there by the Terminators. That should be very effective. This point was neutralized. Will be captured soon as the Stormtroopers are capturing up the central VP. Heavy flamers should be very effective versus the Imperial Guards forces. You gotta spot the Stormtroopers there. And the Lord General is still quite wounded. We do got the Ogrins tying up the Dreadnought or Terminators in melee, but they do utilize a flame ability right there. Cleansing fire ability, which is. Desert does great work there. The Stormtroopers will manage to fall back in time, as the Ogrins are severely wounded now receiving quite a bit of fire there by the heavy flamer. Got another creepy barrage being forced its way forward. Bonus Sergeant will escape on out of there.
Zeal and fury are rewarded with victory.
And it looks like the Lord General has backed out of the game. This is Angry saying thank you for watching and signing off. I need to double check my audio settings, because I really don't like that spatial audio messing up everything. I hope that's supposed to go and call it for me. I'm a little bit tired today, and that's probably what I'm going to do for stream. I'm going to do some investigating around, and I'll be back